We call upon the air, fire, water, and earth. God is God, great spirit, to help us do the work. For what it's worth, it's fucking Saturday, my guys. It's Mr. Meyer with the fire, here to take our collective vibration up a little higher. If it's your first time, welcome. Today, on Saturday, we're going to talk about the work that we're doing today. And in general, all the time. What does the universe do all the time? It's shadow work. And if you're new to the concept of shadow work, man, buckle the fuck up, because things are about to get wicked in the best way possible. I'm really excited for you, man, because you are me. You are the universe. It's 30 seconds in the video, and we're going to talk about the principle of correspondence already. As above, so below. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything is energy, therefore it's all connected. I am you, and you are me, and you are everything you see. Run that shit back, man. Just because you know doesn't mean you understand. And it doesn't mean you overstand either. Just because you have knowledge doesn't mean you have any meaning or reason, or understanding, or understanding, or overstanding. But shit, man, you've probably heard the term shadow work in 2021, okay? And we need to ask ourselves, what the fuck is this? What is this? And how do we do it? Because this is the important work. You don't always get paid for shadow working, but it pays you dividends with your energy. Who gives a fuck if you get currency or US dollars or Bitcoin for your shadow work, man? I'm talking about breaking down the boundaries, limits, and restrictions of Saturn, okay? It's Saturday. This is Saturn, man. This is the fucking devil. I don't give a damn if you're religious or not. I'd actually kind of prefer that you weren't, so you can understand that this devil exists within you and me. You are everything you see. I'm not fucking lying to you guys. The only time I'll ever lie to you is on accident, when my Mercury in conjunct Jupiter exaggerates. So if I exaggerate, I'm setting an intent right now to let y'all know when I exaggerate, okay? But I'm not exaggerating. You are the devil. You are this motherfucker. You are physical. 666, the mark of the beast. How many fucking protons you got in your atoms? How many neutrons? How many electrons? I'll wait. This is the material world, okay? It's pretty fucking awesome. It's pretty ugly too, you know? Saturn isn't the last planet. Correspondence will tell you that this journey we're all on, that the universe is going through, is reflecting the time and space that we're in, okay? And again, that's what Saturn will show you. If you look at the planet Saturn in the solar system, you'll see it has a big ass ring around it, and it's the last planet humans can see without a telescope. So you can see this with your eye for the most part, if your vision isn't too shitty. Like you could get night sky, look up Saturn, it'll point you to it in the sky. You can go look at Saturn with your eye. It's a bright ass, looks like a bright ass star. So what you need to understand is that Saturn's energy that we experience as humans, even if you don't know about your natal chart, you still experience Saturn's energy. But when you look at the natal chart, at your natal constellation and house position of Saturn, this can be the place in your life where you can expect to place or receive boundaries, limits, and restrictions. Same way Saturn has got a boundary, and it is the human boundary of vision. This is the energy that it represents, is what we can't do. When we know what we can't do, we know what we can do by knowing our limitations. And sometimes we just need boundaries, man, because it feels like the world is out to get us, man. Seventh house energy. The world is dangerous, man. We need shelter. We need parameters and logical mental constructs as far as how we can have healthy relationships too. Those are boundaries as well, man. You ever heard go out of bounds in like a sport? You get fouled or whatever? Same concept. The boundaries are there for protection, and they're there to help us build structure. So your natal Saturn and Saturn's energy in your lifetime is the energy of seeing reality for what it is and gaining your structure, working, disciplining, using your self-efficacy, your ability to do things, okay? That's what Saturn is, okay? But the worst part about Saturn is it's dense, and it's hard, and it's the stuff that you can't move. When you find the wall and you run your face into it, you're either going to break your fucking face or bounce off the wall, or you're gonna break the wall a little bit. That's how the concept works, man. And anybody who's dealt with the energy of boundaries in their life knows that sometimes boundaries become way more limiting, way more restrictive than they become protecting. And then we need to use the energy of Uranus and oppose, change, rebel against the parameters. Because precedent trumps principle. And with this being the age of Aquarius, the collective shift into the age of Uranus, precedent has trumped principle time and time and time ago in the past. And now it's time for our ideals to force reality to comply to ideals, and reality to stop saying these ideas don't make sense in the world that we live in. Yeah, they don't make sense. That's why the world has to fucking change. And I could go give you examples, but y'all should understand what the fuck I'm talking about, man. This is about being idealistic rather than realistic, okay? I don't give a damn about some of y'all who say shit's not realistic, because some of y'all are impoverished in your fucking mindset and you've imposed self-imposed limitations on yourself. That was like 3 times more saying self than I needed to, but you need to understand, man, if you are the universe, you're responsible for goddamn everything that happens to you, even if you're a victim of circumstance, even if you've been an actual victim. You don't always get to choose what happens to you. You get to choose your reaction and responses, okay? Poverty as an energy is a lack of self-efficacy, your belief that you don't have the ability to do things. Poverty is a spiritual energy that exists long before it manifests in you not having money to afford things, okay? Please understand that shit. So when it comes to Saturn and our struggle, our restrictions, our fears, because when you have Saturn and you have boundaries in your life, which we all do, you're posed with a choice to confront the boundary or run the fuck away from the boundary. Running from your boundary won't give you structure and support. You'll just live a life of fear and escapism and see what the universe gives you for that. Probably not a goddamn thing, okay? Wake the fuck up. That's Uranus energy. Take the shit into your own hands, man. Goddamn. Nobody's coming to save you. I hope you understand that. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm like really fucking positive. I'm full of love. I didn't have to make this video. I'm actually kind of healing, under the weather. It'd be a lot easier not to make this video, but I love and care about you, and I'm drinking the Theraflu. So fuck, man. Let's get it. You need to save your goddamn self through self-awareness and your own responsibility and your own power. And how the fuck are you going to do that? How are you going to break through Chiron or Saturn? I gave away the fucking answer. It's through Chiron. It's through the key. Through your natal chart. Uch the we. So what you need to do, man, is understand Chiron is your key. It is the rainbow bridge. Astronomically speaking, Chiron, the body, orbits between Saturn and Uranus, okay? So it's going to connect us from the limits and restrictions of the world to the freedom, the unconditioning, the true essence of who we are. It's going to be your individualized expression that you find through this key once you turn it. The beautiful thing about the key, man, is it's been on you the whole fucking time. Y'all probably forgot. I hope it's not your first time hearing about Chiron. If it is, oh well, it's the right time and space. And that's the thing that you need to understand about Chiron, is that Chiron's energy, and this is broad, so please try to follow me. Chiron's energy, cosmologically speaking, because you know when we look at the planets, these represent parts of our existence. Starting with your sun sign, which you're probably aware of, even if you never had the natal chart. Based on your birthday, your sun, whether you're Aries or Taurus or Gemini or Pisces or any in between, man, your sun is what you do and what you see, your action awareness. Moon is feelings. You know, your Mars would be your passion and intention, your desire. Jupiter's how you understand. Saturn's that sense of obligation and work. So what the fuck does Chiron do? Like, what part of you is Chiron? How do you identify your Chiron within yourself? For everybody, all of us, and I want you to know, I'm talking about all the people in the solar system, man. And not even people, that's the wrong word. I'm talking about bodies, man. The fucking cats and dogs on this planet have Chiron in their natal chart. Every fucking being that's alive in this solar system experiences the energy of Chiron. And technically, every being in the universe experiences Chiron, even if you're galaxies away, man. Because everything is energy. Am I wrong or am I right, man? This is just principles, bro. So, man, Chiron's energy is focus in time and space. Simple as that. Okay? It is way more than that. It's so much, man. We could talk about Chiron for lifetimes. Chiron was discovered in 1977. So what you need to know through the principle of correspondence, man, humanity doesn't discover planets until we're ready collectively to work with their energy. So We're ready for Chiron now. Chiron's a 50-year orbit, and it hasn't made the return since its discovery, so this energy that Chiron brings to the planet is not fully present on the planet yet. Apart from focus in time and space, a lot of us know Chiron has a lot to do with our healing journey in the shadow work, as you can see by the title of this video. So the thing is, man, if Saturn represents the things that we're all consciously aware of because we can all see them with our naked eye, not everyone's going to be consciously aware of Chiron's energy. Actually, most people aren't going to be. Collectively, we're becoming more and more aware of Chiron's energy. Chiron hurts like a bitch because you got to go through the gatekeeper. You got to go through the greater malefic. You got to go through Saturn. You got to find the boundaries, and you got to face some fucking fears to find Chiron. And I hope y'all understand, even if you don't know your natal chart and you don't see these natal parts, you're still experiencing every one of these, even your Pluto. If the tree falls in the forest and nobody was there to hear it, it definitely still reverberated. It still made sound. I promise you it did. I fucking promise you, okay? And correspondence will tell you, even though you never heard the tree, you still felt it because you are the tree. You guys hear me? So look, y'all. When it comes to Chiron, this involves you confronting everything within your Saturn. I recommend to y'all, you find your Chiron and you understand what constellation it's in, aka what zodiac sign, whether that's Aries or Gemini or Libra, and then find the house. Which part of your chart is it in? Is it in your first house? Is it in your 10th? Is it in your 12th? Where is it? And then find out what aspects it makes to other planets so you understand where this energy comes through, okay? So Chiron is metaphysical in nature, even though it's a physical body. You need a telescope to find it. You need to alter your consciousness in some way, shape, or form to perceive this body, okay? And what this means, man, is if, let's say you never knew about Chiron in the solar system or astrology in general, you'll still experience Chiron as trauma, as wounding, as disempowerment. If you ever looked up Chiron in a book or on the internet, you'll see a lot of information about the wounded healer in this narrative of finding your pain so you can heal your pain and help others with the pain. And that's truth to it, but that's not the full picture of what Chiron is, man. The gist of it is initiation, is connecting with your higher levels of existence, waking up to your spiritual purpose, taking yourself past demon time, devil time, the real world, the Saturn world, getting struck by the fucking tower, the lightning, this is the next key right after the devil, hitting Uranus and finding your freedom. And this Rider-Waite tarot deck was actually invented way before Chiron's discovery, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, man, they didn't even have a Chiron card, but this is what happens when you connect to your Chiron. Your world kind of crumbles. The things that you've been building, the things that you worked on for so long may not have a place in your reality anymore because divinity has relieved it. The crown was knocked down. The beautiful part about this card is you weren't supposed to be in that tower to begin with, man. The tower worked for one time in space, but then you fell from grace. Simple as that, man. So these are new ideas and growth. The universe is a constant dance of expansion and contraction. We are not here to repeat the same circumstances over and over and over again. That's why some of y'all are struggling, because you don't like change. Change is the only constant. If you're the I don't like change type, maybe you forgot why the fuck you came here. You forgot why. You're focused on knowing all types of shit, but you don't understand what the fuck is going on. We're here to change, bro. So the thing is, man, Chiron within your natal chart is going to show a level of sensitivity in your life, okay? High sensitivity. High awareness. What is sensitivity? Sensitivity is your ability to sense things. The higher sensitivity you have, the more shit you sense. So wherever Chiron falls in your natal chart, you will have a higher level of sensitivity, okay? And this does come with pain because the sensitivity, the perspective, the things that you sense are metaphysical, okay? And I don't care when or where you were born. You have Chiron in your chart. It's very important, and it pays dividends to pay attention to what the fuck your Chiron is doing in your life, because A picture is worth 1,000 words and a story is worth way more. Traditionally, we attribute Uranus to electricity being the higher octave of Mercury, okay? And the neurological impulses and the electrical energy within your body. So the thing is, man, I want to explain to you allegorically what it's like to experience Chiron, even though we all experience it in different ways, man. And there's a video on my channel that goes through all the signs and houses to Chiron, so definitely check it out, because I don't want to be on here for another hour and a half to talk about it. You can go look at the other video. Let's say that you were a child, okay? And let's say you had a good childhood, because usually when we talk about Chiron, we're talking about trauma, and we're talking about things that we got to heal from, because we suffered and gained these wounds through existing, okay? And that's really lame, but sometimes the wounds aren't your fault, man. But the thing, like I said, man, if we've been through Saturn, we still have to take responsibility for the wounds, okay? We actually don't heal the wound until we take responsibility for it in a weird, fucked up way. And this is why some of you guys watching this video feel like you're struggling, feel like you're suffering, feel like you're spinning your wheels and trying so fucking hard to fix your trauma, and you're just getting tired. You're not getting any closer. Saturn is your sense of work and obligation and duty. So Saturn will bring you to Chiron, but if you keep using Saturn's energy, aka working on Chiron, all you're gonna do is get tired. All you're gonna do is stress yourself the fuck out, because you're trying to fix a spiritual problem with a physical solution. It's not gonna fucking work. Listen to what I'm saying. Okay? This new moon we just just hit my natal Chiron on the degree. I don't play, man. Shadow work is a constant in everybody's life, man. Every form of consciousness will create unconsciousness. Every light is limited by its very nature. Every time spirit, which is you, the universe, creates a form for consciousness to be within, there will always be a form of unconsciousness, because conscious is light. All light creates shadow. Do you guys understand? So, let's say you were a child, which you were at some time in space. Let's say you didn't have any childhood trauma. You had a beautiful family. They were nice. They were understanding. They were loving. And they were very wise. So they did a very good job not projecting pain onto you. But let's say one day, you're like 5, okay? And you're playing in the yard. And you live like in the city, in like a big city, or like in the suburbs or some shit, okay? And your parents don't watch you for a minute. They're like on the porch drinking tea or whatever, and they decide to go look at their phone or some shit. So let's say as a little kid, you're like, oh yeah, I'm playing with my ball. I'm having a good ass time. And let's say you're just like, I'm kind of bored of the ball. So you just start walking down the street a little bit. You're on your street, nothing too unordinary, nothing too crazy or dangerous. And all of a sudden, you see like a down power line, okay? And it's like in the grass, and it looks like a stick or like a fucking toy or some shit like that. So as a 5-year-old interested kid, all curious, you're like, ooh, let me grab. Zzz. You get shocked as fuck. You just touched an electrical current. You got electrocuted. That shit hurted. You could even die by doing that. That does kill people, like instantly, just by frying them, okay? So Chiron, I'm hoping y'all understand, I'm giving you the allegory to explain Chiron. Chiron gives us some pain because it shows us limitations of Saturn, okay? And it connects us to the higher energies of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And there is a meaning for all of this. You understand, to get to these energies, we had to go through Jupiter. We had to go through some reason or principle behind this stuff, okay? And like I said, man, you got to take responsibility for Chiron. So look, man, as a kid, you didn't fucking know any better. You were like 5 years old. You probably never even like had electricity explained to you yet in depth. And we're told about electrical currents, okay? So let's say, like, I don't want me to be grim or like too negative or whatever, but let's just say the kid died or whatever. Like, it's worse as it could get. What's the meaning and the reason behind this? This would be a collective lesson in Saturn restrictions and limits about where the fuck to put our power lines and how to protect them, and, you know, maybe to bury them under the street, or, you know, maintain them a little bit more often so they don't go down in neighborhoods where kids are playing, you know? It would show us things to be responsible of, and it would show us ways in which we can relieve the boundaries, limits, and restrictions. Just that example of burying the power lines, some neighborhoods do that, you know? That would be a prime example of a principle given to the community, the 11th house, showing us what the fuck to do. Oftentimes, your Chiron is not gonna fucking electrocute you physically, even though it can. But you need to understand, man, Chiron is going to reflect the spiritual responsibilities that you need to be taking in this time and space. And a lot of times, man, this shit doesn't make sense. It just feels like weight on your shoulders and you're losing your energy because you don't understand what is being taught to you. And a lot of times this takes you working backwards rather than working forwards. Because some of y'all, when you start studying your astrology, it's only natural to go from the sun and move backwards because you knew about your sun sign first, right? I'd be willing to bet about 90% of the people who watch this video found about their sun sign before their natal chart, okay? So it's only common sense to go from the sun, then start with your moon because it moves around the wheel fastest. Check your ascendant, that doesn't change. It's very important. It's your first house cusp, you know, and then go to Mercury because that moves faster, and then go to Venus, a little bit slower, than Mars, you know, and start to peel back the layers of yourself, figure out who you are through correspondence and through planetary energies. So a lot of us are not very familiar with our Jupiter or our Saturn or our Chiron or Uranus or Neptune, and least of all Pluto. And what's even more fucked up is Pluto's the most important. Pluto is your soul's journey. Pluto is your karmic path. So is Saturn, so is the node, so is all that shit. But man, to understand where you've been will show you where you're going. You will know where you're going. I kind of fucked it up. What I meant to say is to know where you're going, you got to understand where the fuck you've been. I know I'm kind of getting more subjective into my chart. It's very much about the Pluto-Sag journey, man, but we got to understand this shit in this time and space, man. Because I don't have fucking time to be lost, man. And a lot of y'all are inclined to agree. So the thing is, man, when you understand your Pluto sign, house, and aspects, you will understand what your soul came here to do. Because your Chiron won't make sense when you don't put it in context of your soul. The things that you specifically came here to learn. And the words, the language, the light forms that I'm using to send particles and waves to your acoustic devices are limited. So when I use words like spirit, soul, universe, God, these are limited light forms. For the thing that we're talking about that's supposed to be unlimited and undefinable. How can you define the undefinable? So my experience of divinity will be different than yours. It has to be different than yours. This is the will of the divine. That's why we create other bodies. That is the body, the ecosystem. Every cell in your body can't have the same function. I can't be you. That's what this is about. The planets are the blood cells of the being we're in right now. There's levels to this shit, man. And don't get spooked, man. That doesn't make you insignificant. That makes you so fucking significant because this universe can't exist fucking without you. Literally. Wake the fuck up. You're an integral part of this shit, man. So you need to look at your Pluto journey so you understand the messages Chiron is trying to show you. Slight digression, Chiron in Scorpio, Chiron 8th house. Pluto is speaking directly through your Chiron. Pay the fuck attention to your fears. I'm kind of over just censoring my message, man. I'm just going to speak my truth and then we'll fill in the fucking ugly gaps as we go, bro. Because I need to connect this shit to y'all in some way, shape, or form. So the thing is, man, Chiron will reflect experiences with Saturn, obviously. We've already covered this. And this is experiences of work, experiences of obligation, duty, frustration, burdens, fears, nightmares, the things that you want to avoid, the things that you deliberately create boundaries, limits, and restrictions to protect yourself from. I'm telling y'all, man, I have a whole video breaking down all the Chiron signs and houses. I would so recommend y'all check it out because we can go deep, deep, deep into this shit, man, but it's gonna reflect it, man, whatever the fuck it is. And you need to look at it in the context of your life. You need to understand what house it's in because this is going to be a sensitive subject for you in general. And even after you've healed your traumas, after you've stared them in the face and talked to these parts of yourself, you're still going to have a sensitivity here. So Chiron comes in stages. This has been a very, not even elliptical, because Chiron's elliptical, but this message has been very non-linear in how it's been directed. So I guess the next point that I'm going to give you, really, and then wrap this up, because I know a lot of y'all like to listen to me talk. I like to listen to me talk too in some way, shape, or form, but it's not really about me rambling, but it's just about me having the complete thought and me putting the video on as long as it takes for me to give all the information, man. If y'all need more organized astrology information, you hit up simplifiedastrology.com, grab the book or course, or get a natal chart reading and ask me some specific questions about your life. But this is my discussion, you could call it a monologue, on Chiron right now. This new moon has really turned a new leaf for me. I moved. I got really sick. I'm doing a lot of healing. So much is coming up. I'm reaching new levels of awareness. The shadow work has been perpetual my whole life and accelerated through the last couple months. So with Chiron being retrograde for the rest of the year, I have to talk about it more, man, because I feel like collectively we may be dropping the ball. I don't really know about you guys' lives. I've been running right towards my Chiron. And this is really what the last point is about, like, are you running towards your Chiron? Are you escaping it? Have you found the gift? Have you turned the key? Are you free? Did you find your fucking gifts yet? This isn't just about spiritual responsibility. That's the first part about it, okay? You have your spiritual responsibility. You're gonna temper. I'm just pulling cards off the deck. I'm fidgeting, bro, with these. I don't need these cards. You temper, you heal yourself, you connect with that holy guardian angel, and it's a fucking ride, bro. It really is, man. But once you find the things that you came here to do, you connect to Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, you found freedom. You know who the fuck you are. You've connected to Neptune. You understand your imagination and that you are the magician. You create this shit. You are the universe. So you've tapped into the creative visualization of your being. That's Neptune. This means getting through delusions and fantasies so you can create positive illusions and create dreams rather than fucking nightmares, and connect to your Pluto, connect to your soul, the highest level of your essence. This is why I made meta gifts, man. The etymology of meta, self-referential gifts, what you've been given. Optimize your existence through Chiron. Language is so limited, I just want to scream right now, because I don't know a better way to convey the energy that I'm trying to express with Chiron. It's electrically charged. Electric is a limited word for what the fuck it is, man. Chiron is better than any drug I've ever fucking done, bro. I'm smoking weed right now. I overcame methamphetamine addiction in my lifetime, bro. It's better than any drug I've ever done. I've been addicted to most drugs that y'all can name and many that you can't name, because I'm really fucking smart and I know how to do anything in the world. And that sounds exaggerated with my Regulus Mercury in conjunct Jupiter. But there's truth to that shit as well, man. If I don't know, I know how to find knowledge. I know I'm the universe, bro. This shit is whack, bro. This realm is weak as fuck, to be honest. So most people, in their experience of Chiron, is escapism, is running away from the pain, not accepting the pain, because the pain fucking hurts and a lot of people are not willing to deal with it because they haven't found their own fucking Saturn. Some of them are stuck on the sun, man. So you damn sure didn't get a Jupiter. You don't understand the meaning and reason behind the experiences you're having. You haven't found where you're responsible through Saturn. You don't know what to work on. Woe is fucking me. You're a victim of your circumstance. So yeah, damn sure you're not going to get through the source of your pain, your Chiron, the reason your spirit wants to be here. But if you've connected to Saturn, props to you, man. You start to ask yourself, why do I keep repeating these experiences? You know? Because here's the thing, man. I know I've said this in some way, shape, or form already in this video, but to remind y'all, if Chiron is metaphysical and Trans-Saturnian, you need the telescope to see, your Chiron pain doesn't make sense on Saturn time. When you try to explain it to people in the real world, unless they've connected with theirs in some way, they're not going to understand. They're not going to be able to give you an appropriate answer. And a lot of y'all who have Chiron in Sagittarius, or Chiron in your 9th, or Chiron in your 3rd, you're asking all these questions about meaning. This is why y'all got so much religious fucking trauma, is because your parents try to force an understanding that makes no fucking sense to you, that you've been here and experienced before. So the universe, aka you, won't let you experience being Christian again, or being Buddhist again, or being Muslim again. You can go through the motions and jump on the war ship and give your solar plexus energy to these fucking demon spirits, but your higher self says, wake the fuck up. You feel the guilt. You feel the remorse. Chiron is kicking. Y'all know I know. All I care is the one who needs to see it sees it, man. I don't give a damn how many people this reaches, bro. I'm not doing this for the fame, man. I'm doing this to make the fucking changes in the world, bro. Some of y'all need to wake the fuck up, man. Jump into those feelings of shame, confusion, misunderstanding, guilt. Some of you guys, Chirons wants you to ask more questions so you can hit that higher level of awareness, so you can touch the outer planets, you know? So I'm telling you, man, you start on escaping and then you confront it. And that does bring in kind of like a purge, the rumination. You look at all the things that you've lost based on the self-imposed limitation or the negative reality that you were perceiving. A lot of times you will have to isolate because, again, man, if the people in your real world, your Saturn world, don't understand, you may have to disconnect to deal with your fucking pain, to really just feel that shit. To shut the world out, get some peace, quiet, and time and space, so you can connect with that higher self, with that temperance card. To find Pluto, Kether, let that shit in. You know what I'm saying? My Chiron is on the cusp of my 2nd and 3rd, okay? And it's affected me personally with a fear of not being able to communicate and express myself. And truth be told, man, if my Chiron was in a different house, I may upload more frequently, but it's been the work I've had to do as far as being scared of being understood when I express myself. So even though this is a 33-minute video and I've taken a very non-linear approach, I'm learning to express myself through confronting my fears, man. It goes deep, bro. Because once you start confronting the fear, it involves purging. Like I said, to give you an example on myself, it involves me going in front of the camera, shooting a video. I might be talking for 20 minutes, and then I may like trail off or lose my train of thought or stutter or something, feel a very insecure emotion, shut the video off, delete it, you know? It's been emotional work, mental work, physical work nonetheless, as far as putting the time in and explaining shit, you know? But you're gonna have to clear out the other things, man. I want y'all to think about the Uranus process and the Saturn process. It's almost like moving in some way, shape, or form. You're gonna have to pack the things up and then move them out, or throw things away, or invent, get new things. It takes time and energy and work and discipline. So once you've found out that sense of work and you do the work, you can get past the stage of struggling against the burdens and obligations. You've already felt the feeling of acceptance. At this point, those are your gifts. You use this highly charged energy to make deeper connections, more spiritual connections. Then you have an inspired awareness, inspired creativity, freedom. You start making choices from freedom rather than fear, abundance rather than scarcity. Going over so many different things, man. Getting over your fucking shit because now you have understanding of the circumstance. And even if the circumstance isn't better, you have understanding. Therefore, you have more responsibility. Therefore, you have more power because you're more connected to your soul. And it's my Chiron in the third again that's making me not want to post this shit, because I'm like, I've said so much, but have I really said anything in these 35 minutes? I know I've said so fucking much, so pay the fuck attention to what I'm saying, man. I cannot emphasize this shit enough, man. This comes from my soul. I want to fucking scream, man, but I won't, because I have neighbors now that live closer. So, hey, man, we're gonna be respectful and real about this shit. But, fuck, bro. Find your fucking gifts, man. And share your gifts with the fucking world. Self-optimize, man. Why the fuck are you here? I don't want you to feel personally attacked by what I'm about to say, but I need to use the logic and limited language in this way. If you aren't using your gifts and sharing that shit with the world, you're wasting time and space. Chiron told me to tell you that. Stop wasting time in fucking space, man. Get it the fuck together. Wake the fuck up, bro. I fucking love you from the bottom, top, left, right of my heart. My whole fucking soul loves you. That's why I made this video, man. I want you to heal from your fucking trauma. I want you to find freedom. I want you to understand why you're experiencing the things that you experience. I want you to be strong. I fucking care about you. Maybe more than anybody you've ever fucking met, but I don't know. I really don't know. I have the fucking answers in my book, man. SimplifiedAstrology.com, man. The water's there. I'm not going to drink it for you. I can't even do it. If I could, I fucking wouldn't, because I got so much to drink by my own fucking self. We are drowning in water here, man. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm not bitching, but it sounds like I'm mad, man. So I hope you guys understand. If you're feeling this, like, aggressive, hostile energy from me, it's probably the shadow work I'm doing in my own goddamn life, because I've been encountering so many fucked up emotions that I've repressed for so goddamn long, but I'm so goddamn strong. We're gonna do it all, because that's the fucking work, man. You already know what card it is. I love you guys. I would really recommend look through all those negative emotions and then start to peel back the layers as far as when you've experienced them, because you can't tell me you guys haven't experienced these. I'm just gonna list like anger. Yeah, I know you got mad. Shame, I know you got ashamed. Guilt, I know you got guilty at some point. Embarrassed, resentful, depressed, despondent, anxious, man. And some of y'all are like, no, I don't feel that. You know, I don't feel mad. I don't get mad. It's like, some of y'all don't feel these feelings because you felt them so intensely in the past that you literally had to give up on feeling them. You had to build the fucking Saturn. Where the fuck is the devil card? I don't need to show it. You've seen it enough. But you've had to build limitations, boundaries, restrictions around these emotions in your heart. Some of y'all are so blocked the fuck up because you've neglected to do the shadow work. Like, the principle of correspondence, as above, so below, physical mirrors the spiritual, the etheric body directly shows you what the physical body is gonna do. If your body's hurting, like you have tension in your shoulder or tension in your back, you better look at the chakra adjacent to the pain in your body. And you better start working on the emotions associated with it, man. Wake the fuck up, bro. If you got some headaches, you need to see through the illusions. If your back hurts, your heart fucking hurts, actually. So you need to let that pain go. Lower back pain, check that fucking root. Check that sacral. That mid-back fucking solar. Work through the betrayals. Work through your anger. Loneliness. Judgment. Criticism of yourself, man. I care about y'all so fucking much, bro. So fucking much, man. Some of y'all don't understand how much I care. But that's okay, man. Because we're gonna just keep on going anyway, bro. My life is beautiful. And you guys make it so much more beautiful. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in with me. It's almost 40 minutes, so if you guys made it to this point in the video, you better drop a like. If you hate this shit, you better drop a dislike. I don't give a fuck if you like me or hate me, but engage with this shit, man. Because this internet shit doesn't work without engagement for the algorithms, bro. I work too goddamn hard for you not to hit one or the other buttons, bro. I love you. Take fucking care of yourself. You have a beautiful, blessed day. And let's just keep on going, bro. It's a ride. See y'all.